Hi friends, thank you so much for being here. I have 8 blushes to share with you today because today's video I'm going to be sharing what I think to be are the best summer blushes, and I will be swatching both on the face and on my hand. I already have a blush video of my favorite blushes of all time. I will link that right here. If you want me to do an updated version of that, because some of those blushes are either discontinued or my top blush list has just changed, then go ahead and like this video or leave me a comment down below. But if you want to see all of these blushes swatched on my face and to find out the best of the best for summer, then let's go. So first up is the Rare Beauty Soft Pinch Liquid Blush in the shade Love. This is their matte formula. And then I have the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Bronze Bombshell. These shades are extremely similar to each other. On this side we have Rare Beauty and this side is e.l.f. Rare Beauty has a slightly more moussey kind of texture. It's liquidy, but it has more stiff peaks when you take it out of the component, whereas the e.l.f. one is more liquidy. I would say both of these have like the same amount of pigmentation. With e.l.f., it's more orangey, and the Rare Beauty one has a little bit more like peachy coralness to it. I do prefer the Rare Beauty one in terms of shade, but whenever I wear the Rare Beauty formula, because this is a matte formula and I don't like matte formulas specifically in liquid form, I do tend to mix it in with some kind of liquid highlight like the About Face liquid highlights. The e.l.f. one does have a very natural glow and stays having that natural glow throughout the day. The best way to apply these, in my opinion, is taking the doe foot, scraping off the excess and going straight into the palm, because this is a really nice warm area of the body so it can start to melt with the warmth of your skin. And then I'll take my blush brush. My favorite one of all time is the IT Cosmetics No. 7 Complexion Perfection, taking this kabuki side, and then I will just swirl my brush, and completely coat the bristles. I am wiping off my brush after every single application, that way it's not interfering with the color or the formulation. So on this side we have Rare Beauty. And then on this side is e.l.f. Next are 2 shades from REM Beauty's Lip and Cheek Stick Line. So I have 2 shades. First one is Front Row Center, and this one is Audition. This one, Front Row Center, you can see how much more use I've gotten out of this one compared to Audition. As you can see, they're pigmented, but they're very easy to diffuse with your fingers or a brush. Not necessarily a sponge, because I feel like a sponge just takes off the pigmentation when it comes to this formula. Once you start to blend it out and really thin out the formula, it starts to feel more powdery, which is the reason why these last so well. They have been my go-to blush over the summer, honestly. This formula is great with sweat, with heat, and what's really nice with these sticks is you can swipe them on directly onto the face, and I could sit here and leave it on like that and I don't have to worry about it sticking to that spot where I first applied it. So on this side I have Front Row Center, and on this side I have Audition. They look glowy because I'm wearing the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Nude Glow, which is a very glowy base product, but these do wear more like a satin matte. Next, I have 2 shades of the Tower 28 Beach Please Cream Blushes. This is probably my favorite cream formula aside from the REM Beauty Cream Sticks. 2 shades I have here. This one is my favorite. This one is Power Hour. This is like the best fall blush. And then this really bright pink is called Dream Hour. So here's Power Hour and then Dream Hour. They're not dewy, but they're not matte. They're just a very natural kind of finish. And very similarly to the REM Beauty ones, once you start really thinning out and working down the formula, it does wear and set more like a powder. Out of all of the formulas I'm sharing with you today, this, in my opinion, these are the easiest to work with. I feel like anyone of any level of expertise could have a very easy time working with these. And this has the most flexible pigmentation. You can really sheer these out if you are like a no makeup kind of person, but you can also really build them up like I have in this swatch. And with these, I like to just tap a couple times into the pan and then go into my palm to help evenly disperse the pigment, and then I'll go on to the cheek. If you liked the look of that Rare Beauty blush and the e.l.f. liquid blush, then you would really also like this Power Hour shade because it's that burnt red, very much sunburnt kind of color. I usually don't wear Dream Hour by itself. I've been really liking pairing it with the Honeymoon High limited edition highlighter from REM Beauty. This is still available at Ulta, but it isn't sold separately. You will have to buy the Yours Truly makeup set to get this limited edition shade. There's a swatch of that highlighter right next to Dream Hour. But I just love the luminosity that this highlighter adds to that Dream Hour. This is my favorite pinky glow blush combination. So while it's not like the typical sunburnt or sunsetty kind of blush color, I think like a really glowy pink cheek is perfect for the summer. Next, I have my favorite red blush, and I love this so much that I've actually repurchased this formula, specifically this shade of the Milk Makeup Lip and Cheek Stick in the shade Flip. I really like how these smell. They smell like some kind of fruity gummy candy. I would say next to the Tower 28 cream blushes in terms of how easy these are to work with, I would say Milk Makeup is right there with them. This is great for beginners, and out of all of the formulas, I do think that this formula is the juiciest. It has the most gloss when you put it on the cheek. And this color in Flip is just the perfect red. It's like a candy apple red, rather than like a burnt red or like a true red. And for my skin tone, I just think this makes me look so youthful and glowy. You can wear these on the lips. I don't love it as much as the REM Beauty or Tower 28 because I just don't think that these last as long as those do on the lips. Unlike the REM Beauty ones, I don't really like swiping these directly on the skin because since they are more moisturized, I do sometimes find that they will take the foundation or whatever is underneath with it. So my favorite way to apply these is I like to just paint them directly onto a brush or just take my finger and then dab. Out of all the formulas I've spoken about today, this one is the least long wearing, but my tip with these is always just add more and start off with like more punchy kind of pigmentation if you want more longevity. But these are also super easy to just reapply throughout the day. It just depends on what you're willing to commit to. I touched up my bronzer and concealer because we're at our final blush, and this is also my favorite, so I wanted to end with this one. And this has been my favorite blush of the summer, and it is no other than the Patrick Ta blush duo in the shade She's Blushing. And this is also the most expensive blush in today's video, but I honestly do think these are worth it. Both of these formulas are so refined and sophisticated, and for someone who generally is not a powder blush kind of person, this powder blush is so unique and special. It does have like a slight satin luminosity to it. So this is a swatch of the powder, and this is a swatch of the cream. The powder does have a little bit more thickness, a bit more substance to it compared to a lot of other powder blushes. I'm thinking of like the e.l.f. powder blushes or even a lot of baked blushes. It feels like it is hydrated, and I do apply this the way that Patrick Ta suggests, powder first and then cream. And when you do it that way, this is one of the longest wearing blushes in my collection, and it stays looking pigmented and punchy for a good 8 hours before it starts to wear down. The cream in here is more balmy and slippy and thinner in texture compared to the Tower 28 ones. Also, one of my favorite blushes is from Undone Beauty. It is their Lip to Cheek palette in Rosewood, and I don't have it currently in my collection, otherwise I definitely would have included it in this video, but mine expired. But that is still one of my favorite blushes, and that is actually a dupe for the cream in this. The colors are exactly the same. I will say that I do still think the Patrick Ta is more balmier and thinner than the Undone Beauty one, but if you don't want to pay, understandably, $38 for this, I would definitely check out Undone Beauty. So this is the powder just by itself. I turn my lights off so maybe you can see the color a little bit better. Now going in with the cream just on top, and these are quite pigmented, but they're never difficult to work with. They never stick in one area. The cream just really brings this blush to life, gives you that youthful, like natural glow to the cheek without being oily, without like disrupting anything underneath. And I love rosy shades like this. It just makes me look so like flushed, but also sunburnt, also like flirty, and just makes me feel really girly. So that is why out of all of these, the Patrick Ta blush duo, this has just been my absolute go-to. I've been wearing this almost every single day since I purchased it. Here's a swatch of all of the blushes in order. So starting off with Rare Beauty Love, e.l.f. Bronze Bombshell, REM Beauty Audition, REM Beauty Front Row Center, Tower 28 Power Hour, Tower 28 Dream Hour, Milk Makeup Flip, Patrick Ta She's Blushing Powder, and Cream. That is all from me today. Go ahead and check out my other blush video and like or comment or both if you want to see an updated favorite blushes of all time video. I hope this was helpful and interesting, and if you want more videos like these, get ready with me's tutorials, reviews, and other makeup things, then like, comment, subscribe. I'm sending you guys so much love and light, and I will see you in the next one.